Architecture of hybrid vehicles.
Hi everybody, welcome back to our YouTube channel Core Classroom Learning. In the last video, we studied and we got introduced to hybrid electric vehicles. So we went through what kind of components are there, what kind of different power electronic components are there, and what truly makes the hybrid vehicle. Today, I'm going to continue that series considering the different architectures of hybrid vehicle. So as you see in the video, we have three types of vehicles, hybrid vehicles, as in the architecture: series, parallel, and series parallel hybrid vehicles. The series hybrid is also called as range extender, short for REX. Okay, but what happens in a series vehicle now, or what makes a series hybrid vehicle? So basically, in a series vehicle, you have, for example, let's say your fuel tank, right? Then you would have your internal combustion engine, then your generator, motor or generator, right? You will have your battery, your motor, and then the transmission. So basically here the electric motor is the only means of supplying power to the vehicle. Now what is the role of generator here? Your generator will supply to both your battery and as well as the motor that will drive the wheels, right? So basically usually series vehicle have a larger battery pack. So if you want, if you're having some space constraint in your vehicle and you don't want to go for a larger battery pack, then series is probably not the right option for you. Yeah. Another important thing to note that there's basically no mechanical connection between your IC engine and transmission. That means your engine can obviously operate at its maximum efficiency. Okay, it can operate at maximum efficiency and it can satisfy to whatever requirement is there for power of the vehicle, right? But there's a disadvantage. The disadvantage is that, like I said, it has a higher battery, so that would obviously be, that is very expensive, so the cost is a big disadvantage in case of series hybrids. Now let's move on to parallel hybrid. What is a parallel hybrid? I'm going to change the existing image and you're going to see the difference. So you have your fuel tank, you have your engine, then you have your transmission, then you have the motor, the power converter, of course your battery. So now if you see closely, there's actually a parallel connection. As the name suggests, there's a parallel connection with your engine, IC engine, and your motor, okay, with respect to the mechanical transmission, right? In the parallel hybrid, always the IC engine will be your primary source and your E-machine will always be the backup no matter what, okay? Now, one of the big advantages here is, like I said, your ICE is primary. That means you obviously need a smaller battery, right? So if you're looking for something, a lighter weight, you have less space or some space constraint, then I think going for a parallel hybrid would be the best thing in case of battery. So that means reduced cost of the battery as well. And here, how do you charge the battery? So here you charge the battery to regenerative braking. When you press brake, the generator pushes the energy into the battery. Another important thing to note is that in this kind of hybrids, that is parallel hybrid, you cannot charge the battery when vehicle is not moving. Why? Because there's a fixed mechanical link between your motor and your EV wheels. So how do you charge? It is only through regenerative braking. That is when you're pressing your brake pedal, or maybe when you're cruising also, right? So if your vehicle is at standstill, there's no way that you can charge the battery. Now the third option that we talk about is series parallel hybrid. As the name suggests, it can operate in both series mode and in parallel mode. So when I say series mode, that series hybrid, it means your engine will generate electricity and your parallel hybrid engine mechanically will drive the wheels. So it combines the advantages of your both the system, that is series and parallel. Okay. So the basic concept is that engine can drive, wheels directly, or so it can drive wheels directly or drive the generator to produce electricity. While what your motor can do is it can also drive the wheels, it can assist the engine, it can also operate on EV mode. So basically here your power is flowing in different or multiple paths. That is an interesting concept. So when I say series mode, like we discussed, it would be engine, generator, motor, and wheels, right? So basically this is something that you can use or is preferred for low speed driving or something like city traffic. It will be perfect if you're looking for a car for that reason, or when battery is low, because there's no mechanical link from engine to wheels. But if you talk about parallel mode, it would operate from engine to wheels because there's a mechanical connection, if you remember. So I think I would say this is best in case you want to go for something like highway cruising, or if you want to go for high efficiency steady state operation, right? And here motor may assist. Another thing here that we have is a power split mechanism. That was a term that we also discussed in the first video. Now what is this power split mechanism? This is a very vast concept. I will explain it in detail in a different video, but it makes use of a planetary gear set. So it's not your simple or usual or conventional gear set. It's a planetary gear set with the sun gear and the wheel gear. So basically, because of this planetary gear set, it allows the engine power to split between your generator and your wheels. It helps with smooth speed control. Also, there's no traditional gearbox. Yeah. So why is it so popular? So out of these three, of course, series parallel is the most popular. Why? Because like I said, you can get good city efficiency. If you can get a good highway efficiency. This flexible power management, I would say. You can go for a small battery compared to obviously a full EV, and definitely a smaller engine as well than to a conventional vehicle. Another thing to note, all these are applicable if they are non-plug-in hybrids. So plug-in hybrid is something where you can charge the vehicle externally also. So you can either do a fast charge or slow charge, that is AC or DC charging. If it's a plug-in hybrid with the series parallel, then you will definitely need a larger battery, so around 22 to 25 kilowatt hour. You will need some, because you would also, when you're going for plug-in hybrid and a higher battery, the expectation is that you can drive in a pure EV mode. So you would so such that you can drive up to maybe 50 to 100 kilometers in a pure EV mode, and engine would be mostly used when really needed. Okay, so basically a series parallel hybrid is the architecture where engine can either generate electricity or directly drive the wheels, while your motor can independently or jointly propel the wheels. I hope it's clear. If there are any questions, please feel free to drop in the comment box. So in our next video, we'll talk about different kinds of hybrid. For example, what is mild hybrid, what is strong hybrid, based on the placement of motors, and what are the possible combinations of different hybrid electric vehicles. Till then, stay tuned and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe our video. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.